What's going on, guys? Valcan here with a new weekly series that I'm calling Skooma Cards. Now, this is going to be kind of my weekly talking series where I talk about different aspects of Legends, the meta, anything encompassing the scene of Legends. And of course, Skooma is a key ingredient to that. Okay, welcome to the first episode of Skooma Cards. I've already had half a can of Skooma, so I'm definitely feeling it. So how this show is really going to work is, it's kind of my weekly show where I like to discuss the various aspects of the game, new news that has come out, such as card releases, or anything that's really bugging me about the game. And I just killed myself playing ranked. That's probably why I shouldn't be recording Skooma and Cards while playing ranked, because it can definitely hurt my overall ranking. Yeah, thank you, Skooma. But you are delicious. And so for the first episode of Skooma and Cards, I felt it was necessary, since we're only a week away, to talk about the Fall of the Dark Brotherhood expansion that's coming out. I don't know about you, but I'm extremely excited. I am very curious to see the overall pricing, not the actual real money pricing, such I think it's 20 American dollars or US dollars, but the actual in-game gold. I'm guessing anywhere between 3,000 and 4,500 gold. I've seen those numbers thrown around on the subreddit, but which for me, I don't mind spending some cash to support this game and let the developers know, hey, you guys are doing a good job. But I can't help but think about the free-to-play player. The one who, you know, is playing this game because it's free, first off. And maybe they don't have hours and hours a week, like some people do, to grind away at the arena or get the 3 win streaks over and over again to get the gold. So I'm kind of afraid that we may approach a Hearthstone feel at some point in this game's life. Because for me right now, Hearthstone, if you're a brand new player, you have to spend some serious cash in order to actually be competitive in the game. And I think that is just ridiculous. That sure, you can gain in-game gold and buy it, but we're talking, you know, hours, days straight of just basically grinding away at the arena or trying to get those 3 win streaks to get your 10 measly gold to be able to afford those in-game expansions. And without those expansions, you can't afford the top cards that are running the meta and those top level tier decks. And that's kind of, I know it's a game, it's a business model, they have to make their money somehow. But that's just kind of like, you know, shooting your main customer in the foot. Or not really biting the hand that feeds you, but in a sense you are. Maybe that's just a personal feeling, but we'll have to see how the game progresses over its lifetime, or even over the next few months. Because with all the new players coming in since the iPad release, I think that's awesome. But what I'm afraid of is the people that come in 2 months. I'm not sure if there's another expansion plan for the next 2 months besides the Fall of the Dark Brotherhood. But who knows? I mean, there could be. I just worry about those free-to-play players that want to get into the game and they look at these top-level decks. You know, budget decks, like I make budget decks, and they can only get you so far. As you see, I was only ranked 6. Mainly because I don't have time to grind away hours and hours every day at this game. As much as I would love to. I mean, sure, I play a few hours a day, but that's usually, you know, either recording stuff or doing stuff like that. But I could see people having a problem in a few months when they come in and they see these decks. They're like, well, you know, I'm never going to be competitive simply because, you know, these people, they have these super high cost decks, 25,000 soul gems. You know, I can get 300 soul gems a day from beating the expert AI over and over again. But you know, how are you going to enjoy the game if you're just playing against the AI and you're grinding away, kind of like almost MMO style? It's I don't think it's healthy, but unfortunately that's how games, you know, they have to make their money, if they charged right off for the game, maybe like 15-20 bucks, and all expansions were like really cheap for in-game gold, or maybe a couple bucks each, then I could see people not having a problem with it as much. But yeah, so sorry about that rant about the cost. I'm just worried that it may drive people away in the end. I hope not, but you honestly never know. We'll just see how the life of the game develops over the next 5 months. All right, so enough ranting or discussing the cost. The cost of the Dark Brotherhood expansion. But I did want to talk about one of the cards that are coming with the game that I think is going to be awesome. I haven't really talked about too many of the cards. I've looked at a lot of them, and I've been watching a lot of the reveals that a lot of content creators are doing, which I think is awesome that they're getting the chance to do that. Bravo to you guys over at Direwolf for letting the community and the content creators become a part of that. That's just amazing. Maybe one day I'll do one. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's use finish off on him. All right. So it's only adequate or expected that we talk about the card above my head, the Skooma Underboss, since we are doing our Skooma and card weekly video. But Skooma Underboss, I mean, come on. It's an agility. It's a 2-drop, 2/3. Friendly pilfer abilities are also slay abilities. How awesome is that? So let's say you throw down, I can't remember the name of it. It's whatever card it gets +4/+4 for its pilfer. So let's say you somehow get breakthrough on that. You kill any small creature, the rest of the damage. So you're getting the slay ability. So you're getting +4/+4 for that. And then for also damaging hitting face, the pilfer ability. So you're getting +8/+8 each time you do that. Now that's just freaking ridiculous. So I felt like, of course, Skooma and cards is what we're doing. It was only necessary to talk about Skooma Underboss. I won't go into too much of the newer cards, just simply because a lot of the content creators have already covered them pretty well. Maybe in future episodes, once the Dark Brotherhood release has come out, we can get more into that. If you guys would enjoy that, just please let me know. Okay, so the second topic I wanted to talk about in this episode of Skooma and Cards is the competitive scene of Legends. So right now, the population of the game is pretty small. I would say, honestly, probably under 30,000, maybe 40,000 people. And there are only probably a couple hundred top Legend players, which is fine. A lot of games are going to be that way. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. So there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm afraid of is the gameplay becoming stale. Because we will see a shift, kind of how you see in Hearthstone, where there's certain decks that are top level, and like I said earlier, you have to have all the stuff in order to get them. That's understandable, blah, blah, blah. But I think we're going to see a big shift in the meta and the different types of competitive players and decks that we see out there, simply because as the population grows with the release of mobile and iPhone and Android, which I can't wait for, honestly. Please put it on Android already. I can't wait till the summer. It's only a couple months, but geez, come on. We'll see tons of different play styles coming out and different deck buildings, which is just going to be awesome. I think the game's going to take off. I really hope it takes off, simply because I really love the game, and I don't mind getting my butt kicked to some really awesome decks out there. Yeah. But as far as the competitive scene goes, like I said, there are a handful of top Legend players. Like, few I can think of off the top of my head is I think CVH is one. He's usually up there. He's also a content creator. Like Petamax. I want to say Turquoise Link, or is it Turtle Link or something like that? Yeah, he's a pretty good player. Yeah, so we may see these guys stay up at the top. They may fall lower down, as the game progresses and the population increases, which is perfectly fine, honestly. If that's, these guys lose their top rankings simply because the population increases and more skilled players join the game, maybe from other collectible card games such as like Eternal, and I think Gwyn's coming out soon, along with Shadowverse that's already been out for a while. And right now there are a couple top decks such as like Item Sorcerer, Merrick Battle Mage, Control Mage, stuff like that. Warrior decks, man, those freaking orc decks are really fucking annoying, to be honest. I've dealt with a couple of those. I beat them most of the time, but they're just really annoying. If they get their synergies going, you might as well just surrender. No questions asked, just surrender. And to go along with the competitive scene and nature of this game, like most card games, there are tournaments out there. I believe the Elder Scrolls Legends Champion Series, or Championship Series, is ongoing. They're doing their second post-launch tournament this coming up Saturday, which is April 1st. If you haven't signed up for it and you just want to try it out, I suggest it. I can't play this weekend. I planned on it, but I have some things came up, unfortunately. So I'll be catching the next one as long as it's a qualifier. Yeah, you should check it out if you're interested in getting into the competitive side, or you just want to see how tournaments work. I know a lot of top streamers will probably be streaming it, such as, I don't know if CVH will, but I know Charmer might be. So keep an eye out for that, if that's your thing. So with these videos, I want to keep them between 15 and 20 minutes, and we're approaching the 12-minute mark. That's including not editing it, so I think we're doing good on time. I want to try to discuss at least like 4 things, depending on how long I ramble on about them, because the skooma has already been kicking in for a while and I don't want to talk your ears off. So let's see, we covered the possible in-game costs of Fallen Dark Brotherhood and how hyped we are about it. We covered the competitive scene and kind of the growth of the game, where we think it might go, hopefully go. Okay, so the third and final thing that I've been thinking about this week is the community of this game. I think on the subreddit we're around 10,000, approaching that number very rapidly, actually, probably within a couple days. A lot of us were taking bets or how many members we would have by the release of Fall of the Dark Brotherhood. I'm guessing 11.1, but it looks like it might be probably 11.2, or no, sorry, 10.1, between 10.1 and 10.3. That's kind of my guess. But I did want to discuss like how awesome the community has been as far as a new game launching. The subreddit is awesome. The people that are commenting on the videos, the content creators are just awesome. So far, it's been really cool seeing everybody interacting, helping each other out with the game. But don't venture over to the official forums I think it's under Bethesda for this game. That place is kind of toxic. You may be able to get some help there, but as with most games, the official forums are going to be laced with trolls. And I'm talking those ugly ice trolls from Oblivion. But the community has just been awesome. I personally have only been creating videos for a couple weeks now, and the community has shown me tons of support. I think I'm sitting at around 61 subscribers, and we started making videos, was this Thursday? Exactly 15 days ago, my first video, the Soul Harvester budget build I dropped. I'm just very grateful, guys. I don't want the skooma to make me too emotional, but it means a lot. It means the world to me that you guys are enjoying my content. Maybe this video or the Skooma and Cards series will find a way into your heart. Yeah, so for my last thing, I know we said 3 to 4 things maybe covered in each video, but this one's kind of a question geared towards you guys. So, in your honest opinion, let me know in the comment section below, where do you see this game going, or the life of this game over the next 5 months? Do you think in 5 months, after all versions have been released, we'll see an increase in population, popularity, and such? as the game will just become overwhelmed with new players. Not overwhelmed, but full with new players, which would be awesome, I think, to bring new perspectives to the game. Where do you think the game will be as far as like ranking? If you could rank a bunch of digital card games, such as like Hearthstone, Shadowverse, Gwent, Eternal, and this one, of course, Legends. We're probably not going to be anywhere near Hearthstone for now. Probably not at least for a year, which is fine. That's just a very popular game, and a lot of people have invested time and money into that and are not willing to switch. I personally made the switch after investing a lot of time and money in that. So I have a feeling a lot of people will, but a lot of people will be a little hesitant to let go of that game. So where do you think the game will be? I know I've asked this like 3 times, but where do you think the game will be in, you know, its life or its status in 5 months? Yeah. Let me know what you think, guys. Oh, one cool thing I did want to mention. It's not really a huge discussion, but I saw somewhere that a rumor that TESL or Legends may be released on Steam, simply because the Fallout Shelter, which is a Bethesda.net launcher game, has actually been released on Steam. And after all, a lot of Bethesda fans are on Steam because that's where you can get, you know, Skyrim, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Elder Scrolls Online. So if it does, I think the population is just going to go crazy because you're going to put it out in front of tons of fans. Tons of already hardcore Elder Scrolls fans that just haven't thought about trying it because, you know, it's not an easy download. Sure, it is just download Bethesda.net launcher and then download the game. But anyways, so sorry I didn't want to get off on a rant on that, but I just think that's awesome. Hopefully that's a good sign if it does get released. I mean, come on, Bethesda, think about it. You could reach hundreds of thousands of more people. Try it out. Trust me. All right, guys. That's all I have for the first installment or episode, weekly thing, whatever, of Skooma Cards. I've had a lot of Skooma, played a lot of cards. You saw me get my butt kicked because I was talking to you and not paying attention. But if you enjoyed the content, please like, leave me a comment below, subscribe. Just let me know that you enjoy this type of content and these videos. So that kind of support just tells me, hey, Valcan, keep talking about random crap about Legends. You know, that kind of stuff. All right, guys, I don't want to keep talking, so see you soon.